White Sox are at odds of 100 to 1 to win World Series. They are at odds of 50 to 1 to take the American League Pennant and 75 to 1 to win the American League Central. The Chicago White Sox had high hopes for 2016, but wound up missing the playoffs for the 8th straight season. That led to the firing of Robin Venture, and the White Sox replaced him with Rick Renteria, who has some work to do, as the team is in the middle of the pack in a lot of major categories for both pitching and hitting. The duo of Jose Abreu and Tim Frazier are expected to lead the White Sox offense once again this season, and while Abreu's success was expected, no one expected Frazier to hit a career-high 40 homers after coming over from Cincinnati. Sure, he can't hit for average, but the White Sox have enough players that can do that, such as Melky Cabrera, Eaton, and of course Abreu. The problem is that the offense will need to be much better this season with the loss that they suffered to their rotation. The loss of Chris Sale is a terrible blow, and now the White Sox need Jose Quintana to step up into the ace role. Backing him up will be James Shield and Carlos Rodon, and Shield struggled after coming over from San Diego, where he wasn't exactly lighting it up in the first place. At 35 years old, you can't imagine that it'll get much better for Shields, who is more of a mentor now than anything else. The rotation just has to hold up on most days because the combination of setup man Nate Jones and closer David Robertson can be dominating if they get a chance to show their stuff. However, the rotation is a huge question mark, and it really could go either way. Last season saw the White Sox go 78 and 84. They were 45 and 36 at home and 33 and 48 on the road. The team was 79, 76 and 7 on the over-under. The X factor is Renteria, who managed the Chicago Cubs to a 78 and 89 record in 2014. However, he is well respected in baseball circles and was the bench coach last year, so the players are familiar with him. Taking a look at some players to watch for 2017, Jose Abreu is in a weird situation as he turned 30 in January, but this is only his 4th season in the big leagues. He is on a rebuilding team, but also due to go to arbitration following this season. We'll have to see if he fits into the White Sox long-term plans or if they move him to try and help the rebuilding process. At 31, Todd Frazier might be in the same boat as Abreu, even though he just got to Chicago last year. He doesn't hit for average, he's not a great fielder at third base, and he strikes out a lot. But the potential of a 35 to 40 homer season could make Frazier an interesting trade chip as the season rolls on. Jose Quintana had his best season in 2016, and maybe that's why the White Sox felt comfortable getting rid of Sale. Quintana is not Sale, but he was 6th in innings pitched in the American League and 7th in ERA. Quintana was the subject of trade rumors throughout the offseason, and he still might be going into the regular season, but the White Sox would do well to keep him. There is no way that the White Sox can count on Shields, so they need Carlos Rodon, who is 24, to step up. His overall numbers weren't great, but Rodon was much better in the second half of the season, and Chicago will be hoping that his progress continues.